What's up, Fins family, and welcome back to TD Fins Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Yes, we are live once again, here to bring you another show. We had an article come out today because we finally got a chance to hear from Tua Tagovailoa himself after the season. Pretty good interview. Some things in the interview that made me very happy with the young man. Especially the way he handled himself in the interview, just shows his maturity. We're going to break some of that down and talk about a few other things, but I'm going to give everybody a moment to come in the room. Y'all, please hit the like button on your way in. We already got 50 people watching. Go ahead and punch that like button so we can go ahead and get up to, y'all already know, over 100, 200, 3, who knows? We'll see. What's up, Horsey Head, all the way from the Bahamas? I see you, homie. I see you, man. And thank you, everybody who gave me and my family all the birthday love and wishes. Appreciate that. Finsanity in the house. She in school listening. That's what's up. Tua ain't going new. Okay. Love the channel, TD. Thank you, Alfredo. Everybody who shows love and appreciation as always. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it, guys. Nothing but love has been coming my way lately. Over drowning all the hate. So y'all already know what time it is. I appreciate it. All right. All right, so we just about at 100 in the room, so we'll go ahead and get started, but we got 46 likes. All you got to do is hit it one time, remove the chat, hit the like, bring it back, and it's all done, y'all. It's that simple, all right? All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I was very happy at an interview that Tua Tagovailoa did recently. I appreciated the honesty in the interview. I appreciated his mindset, and this is a good video. You know, this is one of those videos where I show a lot of appreciation for who he is as a person and how he handles certain situations. And again, his honesty, okay? It's amazing to me that we have fans in our own fan base who can't be honest about Tua Tagovailoa, but he can be honest about himself. I wonder, will we bash him and beat him up for being honest about himself? I doubt it, right? All right, so I'm going to read this article courtesy of Bleacher Report. There was a lot of articles came out. I mean, almost every outlet reported this. I like the Bleacher Report's version. It definitely placed them in a good light. The Miami Dolphins publicly committed to Tua Tagovailoa as their quarterback of the future, but they may want to tell him. Okay, all right, so that didn't make much sense, right? Shout out to Tyler Conway with the Bleacher Report dropping this article, by the way. All right. Now, Tua appeared on the Dan Patrick Show on Monday and said he's not too sure he'll be with the Miami Dolphins next season. Now, I have to finish the article, but when I read that, I was like, what's going on? But we got a lot to break down here, y'all. This is a loaded subject, all right? I'm not going to let nobody bash Tua Tagovailoa. This is not a Tua Tagovailoa bash session. This is just the facts and talking about what he said, all right? Now, Tua came out and told Dan Patrick he's not sure he's going to be with Miami next season. All right. He said, honestly, I'm not too sure. I can't control things that I can't control. What I can do is continue to work hard, Tua Tagovailoa said. All right. Now, I love that. That's all it's about, man. It ain't his business to worry about where he's going to be next year. It is his business to worry about what he can control. And later in this article, he states, that's him being a better player. That's him learning from the mistakes of this year. That's him learning how to read defenses and be better pre and post snap. That's what I want to hear from my young guy. That's what I'm not caught up in what's going on out here in these streets. Not worrying about what TD got to say about him. Not worrying about what, ESPN or any of these guys got to say about him. I can, like he said, I can only focus on what I can control. And that's what we want our young quarterback to be doing, focusing on what he can control, and that's being a better player, right? Now, General Manager Chris Grier reiterated the team's commitment to Tua Tagovailoa during his season-ending press conference last month, all right? Grier said, Tua, we're very happy with. He's our starting quarterback. He did a nice job this year coming in as a rookie and no offseason and the challenge in the dealing with all of that. Very happy with him and looking forward to watching him progress here over a full offseason going into next year. For us, not really talking about draft strategy, anything right now. Now, we all know what Grier said, but just me reading that just now was really interesting in what Grier said, because The same thing kind of applied to Josh Rosen, right? He let me read it again, okay? Just the back part. Looking forward to watching him progress over a full offseason, which Josh Rosen had a full offseason. Going into next year, which Josh Rosen was on the roster going into next year. For us, not really talking about draft strategy and anything right now. So to be honest with y'all, Chris Grier, in his words, he committed to a full offseason and going into next year. He's our starter next year, and that's what he's listed as of right now. But I'm going to be honest with y'all, Chris Grier never actually committed for Tua Tagovailoa to be the starting quarterback of the Miami Dolphins next year. He said that he's our starter next year going into the season, pretty much. Now, here's what's interesting. Here's what's interesting about Tua's interaction. They asked Tua Tagovailoa about Deshaun Watson. They said, hey, what Tua actually said, I didn't even know about all of this until my agent told me. Tua had no idea about Deshaun Watson trade rumors or anything until his agent told him. That's interesting. But at the same token, he said, I really focus on what I can control in my craft and getting better as a player. He don't go look at ESPN. He's not looking at what's going on out here, which is great. That is great if you can do that as a player. But he said, I didn't even know until my agent had to tell me about it. Now, that just got me wondering. Y'all know I always go into the conspiracy stuff, right? What made his agent just be like, hey, everybody talking about you and Watson, trade. What made his agent just do that? What made his agent just, have that conversation with him? In my opinion, because it's a real possibility, ladies and gentlemen. It's a real possibility. Not saying that the Miami Dolphins will do it, but Tua Tagovailoa, his agent has probably already prepared him, not for a trade, but for the fact that it is a real possibility. So I'll repeat this right now. I'll repeat this one more time. When Dan Patrick asked him about his future in Miami, he said, honestly, I'm not too sure. I can't control things that I can't control. What I can do is continue to work hard. So his agent knows what time it is. Not that we're going to trade for Watson, but anything can happen in the NFL. It's a possibility that you can't put it past anyone. So Tua is aware now. I'm shocked that he wasn't with all of this rumbling going on. But at the end of the day, whether he's a Miami Dolphin or not, I will say that I love that he has tunnel vision and his mindset is on being a better player for next season, regardless where he is. Whether it be Miami, whether it be Houston, whether it be somewhere else that we're not even thinking of as a scenario. I want to see him focused. And that's what he is. He is focused right now on being the best Dolphin that he can be until the team decides otherwise. He did also go on to say, anything like that is out of my control. That is a Miami Dolphins organization decision. That is their decision. That has nothing to do with me. I can't control that. But he's not sure if he's going to be a Dolphin next year. So that was just very interesting to me. Once again, I thought that he handled the interview quite well as far as focusing on what he can control. But with the Miami Dolphins out here being mentioned, his agent having to tell him he's been mentioned in a lot of trade rumors with Deshaun Watson, that was very interesting to me. Hey, guys, make sure that if we are deleting people, we're deleting them for the right reason, all right? Their comments. But, yeah, so I'm just curious what y'all think about that, He was oblivious to it, but now he's come out and said, now here's the other part that I didn't talk about. Here's the other part of this that I didn't talk about. Tua was blatantly honest. He was blatantly honest about his performance last year. If I'm not mistaken, I'm trying to find the article again, but his exact words, if I'm not mistaken, was he played below average last year. They asked Tua how he think he did, and his exact words were, I played below average. I played below average last year. Now, it's interesting to me that if I say that he played below average, I'm a hater. And now I'm sitting here in my head trying to figure out why is Tua Tagovailoa hating on himself? Or maybe he's not a hater. He's giving a fair assessment of himself. And I got to stop worrying about these people who are apologists calling me a hater. I think that's the conclusion that I've come up with. That's the conclusion that I've come up with. But I'm curious for everybody in the comment section, how did you think Tua played last year? Was it below average? Was it average? Was it slightly above average? Put it in the comment section. Now, I already know there's going to be a lot of people, well, he's a humble kid and he's modest, you know. He's going to say below average. Yeah, okay. All right. You are a hater. I appreciate that, Reginald. I take that compliment with pride. Average, below, average, above average, in the middle, meh, average, slightly below. Let's be real, y'all. Below average, modest, don't win you games. Tough. Below average. He was all right. Average, solid, rookie. Man. So elite. FinFan7, that's his biggest rider on this channel. FinFan7 is Tua's biggest rider, boy. Hey, I commend you for that, FinFan7. You consistent with it. I promise you that, man. I ride with you, man. We disagree, but I rock with you. Donald and Irene Young said, what's up, TD? What else would Tua say? What else would Tua say about his play when he knows how his play was before the hip injury? And after, for me, your critique of Tua was justified. However, Tua played like a rookie. You know, I be like, I ain't gonna lie, Donald, I be like kind of wanting to push back on people that say he played like a rookie. Let me tell you why. This whole notion of somebody playing like a rookie, I really think that's blown out of proportion and it's a false narrative. Let me explain to you. What is a rookie supposed to play like? You see what I'm saying? Because I think it's really unfair to say somebody played like a rookie, because who determined what a rookie is supposed to play like? You know? I mean, we're talking about a Russell Wilson, right? That was drafted in what round? We're talking about a Dak Prescott that was drafted where? You know, and I can keep naming a few people that weren't first rounders and were first rounders that as a rookie came in balling. So whoever made the whole notion of this is what a rookie plays like, I don't get that. He played like a below average rookie, not like a rookie. You see what I'm saying? Deshaun Watson played like an above average rookie. Herbert played like an above average rookie. Dak Prescott played like an above average rookie. And those are understatements. They play like great rookies, by the way. I'm just saying. Russell Wilson played like a great rookie, not like a rookie's supposed to. I don't get this notion of they play like a rookie. TD, you missed the main point of those differences between those players. Those players you named had NFL training camps with no COVID-19. Tua did not. Okay, and this is where they say we're being unfair. So let's compare him to all the rookies this year. Herbert didn't have that. He played above average rookie. Burrow didn't have it in his small stint above average rookie. I'll go out on a limb to tell you, even with the mistakes that, what's your boy name? Jalen Hurts played above average. It ain't just, oh, he threw some picks and stuff. They all do that. But when you show the it factor, like getting your team moving the ball and stuff like that, even the rookies that didn't have okay, name all the rookies this year. Name all the rookie quarterbacks that played this year. All the rookie quarterbacks that played this year. So if all we have to go off of is the COVID situation, the only sample size we have is the rookies this year. So when you look at those, all of them played above average technically. Like, which one of them were bums? Y'all let me know. I could be wrong now. Which one of the rookies this year that got a chance to start played below average? Let me know which one played below average. I think you're a hater as well, bro. Appreciate that, man. Compliments always welcome. No, not Tua. We already know that. But what other rookie that got a chance to start, 4, 5, 6 games, whatever, that played below average? Jordan Love didn't get a chance. What are you talking about? We're talking about who actually came on the field. That's what I'm saying. I just feel like we throw that term out for rookies. He played like a rookie. What is a rookie supposed to play like? I believe you're either good or you're not. You either play good or you're not. That doesn't determine the rest of your future. I think people get all in their feelings that, oh, he didn't play great this year. He was below average. Like we're saying that's what his career is going to be. Nobody said that. I didn't say that, at least. I didn't say that, okay? Elliot said, almost like people forget that Josh Allen was worse than Tua until this year when he had a strong offense. Elliot, I disagree with that as well. What's your definition of Josh Allen being worse than Tua? Are you talking about touchdowns and interceptions? Are you talking about yards per game? No, I've never sat here and talked about Tua wasn't it because he didn't throw no yards. Tua wasn't it because he, threw a few picks, or I've never said anything about the raw stats. It's just as simple as, do you see that beautiful arm? Do you see that it factor? Do you see the it factor? Rookies are supposed to make mistakes that veterans should know better from. Rookies are supposed to make them. The only thing you want to see out of a rookie is that it factor. Glimpses of that, man, this kid going to be bad in the future. Ooh, you see it now, but wait till he get polished. That's what you gauge from a rookie. You don't say, oh, he threw 4,000 and he threw 2,000. That means nothing to me. Herbert threw way more than Tua. I'm not comparing the yards they threw. I've never compared the yards they threw, the touchdowns they threw, the interceptions. I've never compared none of that stuff. But you saw Herbert's game and you said, ooh, this kid going to be serious. And when you watch Tua, you said, I think he'll get it. Don't worry. Once he get under this, he just got to work some. That's a different conversation. And let's be honest about it. Let's be honest about it. So that's what you kind of got. But like I said, I don't get this. He played like a rookie. What is a rookie supposed to play like? Like, give me the rookie playbook. Give me the rookie. It amazes me how general terms are thrown out like that. I mean, that doesn't take away from the fact that you do need to acknowledge that he is a rookie. Oh, well, I already read that. Cody said, I'm going to read your comment, Cody. Cody said, we had fans salivating over QBs on other teams and leaving our QB out to dry. None of these rookies had a chance for the playoffs. Okay. I don't think we need to salivate over quarterbacks on other teams. I get that. But none of these rookies had a chance for the playoffs. Well, Cody, some of them will never make the playoffs. That's the issue too. That's the issue too. Some of these guys will never make the playoffs. That brings me to a whole nother stream that I'm about to do, because we can learn a lesson from Jared Goff. The Miami Dolphins can learn a lesson from Jared Goff. So, but I don't want the status to be, let's see him in the playoffs first. We'll never make it. I mean, some of them, not saying Tua won't, but some of them may never make the playoffs. So does that give them a lifetime pass? TD, please tell me Herbert, Burrow, and Hurts has something to play for. None of them except Hurts had opportunity for a playoff berth and could take chances. Tua did not take the chances by offensive coordinator design. That's another thing, Donald. Here's the deal. I agree with you on that. He didn't take the chances due to offensive coordinator design because he couldn't handle the chances. Nobody can sit here and tell me if he showed that he can handle those chances in practice, they be dialing it up in the game. If he showed he can handle the chances in practice, they dial it up in the game. Russell Wilson rookie year, he didn't have the luxury to take chances, but they dialed it up because he showed him he could. Dak Prescott didn't have the luxury to do it. They were fighting for the playoffs, dialed it up because they knew he could. They knew he could. We want to keep on talking about Chan Gailey. I mean, people just ignore the fact Chan Gailey came out and said in the interview himself, is Tua there yet? No. He actually literally directly addressed the question about the playbook being different with Tua versus Fitz. Chan Gailey addressed it. He said it out of his own mouth. Yeah, it's a little different. You know, Fitz can handle more. He can do more. There's certain things I can give him that he can execute. Tua can't do that yet. His exact words. He said he can't do that yet. I have the full confidence that he will be able to. Those are Chan Gailey's words. And then Chan Gailey went on to say it's just a matter of when. Hopefully sooner or later. Sooner than later. Those were all his exact words. Exact words. So no, man. We want to keep on finding somebody to point the finger at. Yeah, they going to hold you back. You need to show that you can execute and practice, and they'll open up the playbook. Until then, you give the person what they can handle. Why are you going to sit there and go out there and call him plays you know the guy can't handle? You know the guy can't handle. Chan Gailey got fired for a reason, bro. I agree, Fins Fan 7. He did. Because he couldn't get to it, even get it in practice. That's why he got fired. So up, the next guy's up. But remember, we're 0 for 2 on OCs. We're 0 for 2, okay? We definitely better get it done this year. TD, did you see Doug's Tua film breakdown? Yes, I saw it. I saw the breakdown. A lot of things was correct in the breakdown. A lot of things, there were elements, in my opinion, that were missing. It's almost like telling half the story, you know, when I saw it. And another thing, when people break down film, here's what I've discovered. The full context of a play may not be accurate. And let me give you an example, because I had a little Twitter beef on this, which was funny to me. But let me give you an example. You know that infamous Jakeem Grant drop ball that everybody talk about, you know, oh, it was a perfect throw on the money? That's a perfect example of film breakdown what people don't understand. 90% of people think that Jakeem Grant was running a go route. 90% of people think that Jakeem Grant was running a go route. And that's why it's hard to actually get on the same page with some people in regards to film study. But if you actually go through the film and you look at Jakeem Grant starting 6 yards outside of the hash mark, and then he runs 20 yards up the field, then he makes a cut towards the logo of the middle of the field, which shows you it wasn't a go route. But then when he identified where the ball was, he had to come back to it, which made it look like a go route. That's where people don't understand. That's what people don't understand. The man was running a post route, and it was a skinny post based off of the safety. He's supposed to attack the logo, but if the safety is closer over, he shoots that gap. But he never got a chance to. He ran up the field. He started turning in, but then the ball was identified and he had to come back out to it. And everybody was like, it was on the money, man. An easy go route. Use your speed. It was never supposed to be a go route. Still a drop. I agree, Alan. He still dropped the ball. But when people doing their film study, see, here's the deal. You say he still dropped the ball. Shame on Grant. I agree. But once again, do you not care that the play that was called, the ball was supposed to be thrown inside the hash, literally 10-yard difference. 10-yard difference from where it was supposed to be thrown and where it was thrown. But we don't care because it still touched his hand. But guess who does care? Brian Flores and them. What y'all don't see when he gets in the film room and be like, man, Grant's running a post. I mean, you threw a go route. Grant, you still made up and touched it. You supposed to catch that. But Tua, I mean, it would have been a whole lot easier had it been the play that we actually practiced, had you thrown it as a post. So when people review their film and stuff, sometimes they don't even realize what route's supposed to be ran. But they're talking to it as from a standpoint it was a go route. So the whole thing is null and void. So, but once again, man, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody does make mistakes. I agree. But you call it out on all facets, man. Do you know that there's a lot of completed plays that were still bad plays by quarterback, receiver, tight end? It doesn't matter. See, that's the stuff I study too. Oh, this was a 15-yard completion. But let me break down this film to see what didn't go right as well. Oh, even though it was complete, we should have did that. Even though it was complete, we should have done that. Even though it was complete, he didn't pick that up, but we still got it off in time. Shame on Hunt. Shame on Austin Jackson. So I look at all that stuff, and that's the problem. People just want to look at, hey, it was incomplete. Go to the next one. People only break down all the plays that didn't go well. No, you got to break it all down because there's successful plays that has bad execution. Bad execution, man. Bad execution. And another thing, let me tell you two things that I won't stand for. From this year that we just had, I won't stand for the bashing of the O-line. Let me tell you why I won't stand for the bashing of the O-line. Do you realize, number one, we had 3 rookies on the O-line, and ladies and gentlemen, they held their own. When you really talk about they played like rookies, they played above rookies. It still don't mean that they're going to be perfect. Yeah, they're going to give up plays here and there. But to be rookies, they had a really good season. Our offensive line had a really good season. I don't want to hear none of the crap. When I go watch the film, our offensive line had a really good season to be rookies. To see, we only use that narrative for our quarterback. But when it comes to the reason why our quarterback was having problems, we want to amplify the O-line when they actually played above average, ladies and gentlemen. They actually played above that. If you really want to be 100, your freaking Flowers and them guys that done it for years were the ones that was acting up the most. If you really want to be honest, the guys that should know better were the ones acting up. But you think I care something about Robert Hunt or Austin Jackson getting blown by once a game? No. These guys played 100% of their snaps almost. Like most of them guys ended the season with 95% of snaps played. And 80% of them were on money. And another 10% may have not been on money, but we got the job done. And we want to beat up on our O-line and criticize individual rookies for it. But I ain't allowed to say nothing about Tua. Get out of here with that mess, man. No, we're not allowing that. We're not allowing that. See, I could see if, the same people that argue with me about my stand, the things I have to say about Tua was that passionate about our offensive line as well. Or our running backs that weren't even premier backs but still getting the job done. They also had an above average season. Our two guys had an above average season. Let me see people sticking up for them. Where's their defense? Where's their defense? The show said PFF ranked Fins O-line 28th. Go show me pass protection, homie. Don't give me an overall. We know what we were in the run blocking. That's where a lot of that came from. But go show me what PFF says about pass protection, because that's the only one that matters when we talk about Tua, right? Because that's all people want to talk about. That's the only time they talk bad about the O-line anyway, is in regards to Tua. So go tell me what it says about pass protection. When it was number one in the NFL of least hurries given up. Yes, the Miami Dolphins O-line gave up the least amount of hurries in the NFL. Go show me what pass protection say per PFF. Give me no overall. They had us 28th. Yeah, run scheme, run blocking. We were 32nd. Come on, man. TD, Miami PP pass protection ranked 16th. So what you got to say? I got to double check on that because I thought it was 18. But 16, what do you got to say? Pass protection 16. Now, man, look where we came from. And that's with 3 rookies on the line. Come on, man. It was average then. No, Taylor. It was above average for the 3 rookies. You know what made it average? Them 2 veterans on the line. Oh, go look at their rating. All 3 of our rookies rated higher than both of them. So, like I said, if you heard me correctly, the 3 rookies played above average on that O-line. Them 3 rookies played above average. The O-line was average because, shockingly, the 2 veterans were the most exposed, were the ones getting buried every play. When 3-yard routes are all that called, you only it went by so fast I couldn't read the whole thing. I'll see if I can find it for you, homie. Man, I think I lost it. Sorry, man. Something about 3-yard routes or something. Oh, when 3-yard routes are all that's called, you only have to hold them for 2 seconds. That's true, but the context isn't true. 3-yard routes weren't the only thing that was called for Tua Tagovailoa. See, that's a whole nother false narrative. Down, said, hut. Parker goes on a go. Mike Gesicki a seam up the middle. Literally, these guys 15, 20 yards down the field. I mean, that's where they're headed. But Tua Tagovailoa, the first man he sees open, he let that ball go. That ain't the coach's fault. If you send Grant on a crossing route and you send Parker on a go and Gesicki up the middle, down the field, if you hike the ball and the first thing he sees is Grant open, he throw the ball. That ain't the offensive coordinator nor the O-line fault. Sometimes there were wide open guys once the play developed, but the ball was already gone, and it was a clean pocket. And it was a clean pocket. So don't do that. Don't do that. I agree, Donald. TD is being rational, but that doesn't mean he is right with every point. I like being level-headed. No, go out. What did you do? Where your clothes? Go get your clothes, okay? Oh Lord. Yeah, it doesn't make me right on every point, but that's why we be here. That's why we had those discussions. It does not, ladies and gentlemen, for the record, it doesn't make me right on every point. But tell me why I'm not. See, that's the difference. I'll make 5 points. I agree with 3 of them, but 2 of them you're wrong. Which 2 are those? And what's wrong about them? It doesn't mean that they're not. You could be right. But come on, man, you got to actually tell me where I'm wrong at. It's that simple, man. I can be wrong. And honestly, I be begging people, show me where I'm wrong so that I can be like, man, that's a great point. Never considered that. I was wrong. Let me change my thought process. Now I'm saying what you said because it makes more logical sense. Now I'm not wrong anymore. And that's what I do. That's what I do, man. It ain't a big deal for me to be wrong because I'm in I seek the truth. All I have is my own common sense. And sometimes sometimes everybody can't be 100. So we work off of each other. So you help me understand why I'm wrong. And if I don't have a counter that says, well, that doesn't make sense because of this, then it all makes sense. But, where's the GOAT Finsanity 5? The MJ TD Fins Talk. Yes, the MJ. Thank you. Tell her so she understand. I think she's busy right now. Go see Douglas breakdown with Tua. Samuel Rosa, I already saw it. I already spoke on that 20 minutes ago. I spoke on that 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. I saw the breakdown. I saw the breakdown already. And it tells half the story, in my opinion. And again, that's in my opinion, right? It tells half the story. Just like that Denver game. Oh, we could go to that. I don't know why there's this narrative that they were sending 3 and 4 all game when they were consistently sending 5 and taking away the first read. I don't know why there's this narrative. And listen, Denver did a good job working off of his weakness. They did a good job working off his weakness. If anybody can remember, what did I tell y'all Tua Tagovailoa's weakness was coming into the draft? I said, here's my concern about Tua Tagovailoa. Even though they laughed at me and told me I don't know football, what did I say his weakness was coming into the draft? Let me see if anybody remember. Do you remember what I said his weakness was coming into the draft? I never said arm strength. It never came out of my mouth. I never said injuries either. I said I wouldn't draft them with those concerns, but it is what it is. Man, I'm shocked. That show, we got a lot of new subscribers on this channel because I used to argue with certain people about it. Parker is a bust. How many 1,000-yard seasons? Time will tell. You got to also understand he didn't have a quarterback throwing on the ball consistently this year. You saw what they were doing in that last game when they finally was throwing it up to him. He was eating. He was eating. Anytime you threw it up to him, he was eating. That's right, Ashton. I said it from before the draft. His issue was reading defenses. Everybody killed me. Bro, you don't know nothing about football. Tua got problems reading defense. I said, first of all, I see it on film. Second of all, Clemson, all the big teams that he played came out and said, we knew how to beat him because we know that he can't pre-snap and post-snap read defenses. And everywhere he look is mechanical. Don't fall for it. He's coming back the other way. I said that before the draft, and I got killed for it. But now Tua comes out and says it himself for the 4th time now. He said it on at the Super Bowl before he got drafted. Do y'all remember he was on the Super Bowl show? He said, if there's something I got to work on, it's probably reading defenses. Everybody said, oh, he was just being modest. He don't have a problem with it, still making excuses. And he just said it on the interview. He said, I got to do a better job, pre-reads and pre-snap and post-snap reads, looking at all these different looks that defenses give you, man. I have to hope that I can process it and dissect it better. And that's what I'm working on this offseason because they give you different looks and you got to be able to decipher it. And that was his problem coming in. And he said that. This time he was a little more detailed. Talking about, they show you one thing, but it's totally different. And then you got to decipher what they like to do, how a player's position, all of that, reading defense is what I need to work on. He said it just today. Said it again after his rookie season. And that's why in practice he wasn't getting it, because he wasn't reading the defense. X and the boys picking him off all day, I bet. In training camp, you saw that's what was happening. When they came back, they would say he was getting picked off in training camp. Tua played both of these teams hurt. They knew Tua couldn't extend plays with his injuries. He shouldn't have been playing. All right. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that this is the last time, because y'all tell me if I'm going to take a poll in the comment section. Yes or no. Tell me if I'm right or not. We went through 8 weeks. I believe it was about 8 weeks straight. Nobody talked about his injuries. And now that all of these theories, receivers, offensive line, and they just keep getting proven wrong, that wasn't it. Why is the main narrative starting to be put out there again is injuries? Am I wrong on that? Yes or no in the comment section. It's like this ever so creeping narrative is starting to build up and get greater that it was the injuries now. Like we're back to the injuries. Am I right or wrong? I'm probably wrong. Right? Like I've been hearing that in the last 10 days, and I've been brushing it off oh, that person just talking crazy. It's like it has come back again. Like they ran out of excuses because everybody actually wiping all these fake excuses out. And now it's back to injuries again. We already determined, and this is the last time I'm going to say this. TD, stop tripping, man. You already know they'll play him when healthy. He ain't healthy. TD, you tripping. They only going to play him when he 100% healthy. Flores just told you that, TD. Why you tripping? Bro, when he plays, that means he's 100% healthy. Stop rushing him. Tua starting next week. And what did I do calmly in the background? So he 100% healthy, right? Yep, it's Tua time. He 100% healthy. The reporters asked Flores, is he 100% healthy? He's playing, right? He's 100% healthy. After the Denver game, do you think it might have had anything to do with injuries, Flores? Zero to do with injuries. Tua's 100% healthy. Me pulling him had nothing to do with injuries. Nothing's bothering him. I said, everybody, I don't want to hear nothing about no more injuries. Everybody agreed. For 8 weeks straight, I ain't hear nothing about no injuries. And all of a sudden, for the last 10 days, slowly but surely, is creeping back up again. Well, you could tell where he was hurt. He wasn't running the same. Tua was healthy, ladies and gentlemen. I'll do you one better. I never forget, it was one play that he had in his first or second game where he rolled to the left and he threw it off the run to Gesicki in a tight window, and he had to do it off of the ground, and the only way you could throw that ball with a perfect spiral was putting hip action into it. And I remember, you see that hip, TD? Yeah, that was a perfect ball. I was like, I ain't gonna lie, I was impressed. That was the thing of beauty. That was a thing of beauty. That ball was a thing of beauty. But somehow we're back to the injury. Y'all stop, man. Tua made it clear today. He said all he can do is focus on what he can control. And the main thing that he needs to be better at is reading defenses. And I am here to tell y'all, whether y'all want to listen to me or not, the reason why he struggled this year, he had a hard time reading defense and deciphering what defenses were trying to do pre-snap and post-snap. And that there are rookie issues. I get that. And that's a good, valid excuse. And I hope that he can figure that out and decipher that better. It's not easy. But you know what? He realized that. Melvin with the donation said, I'm talking about Georgia and Clemson games. He was healthy this year, but don't act like he was in peak condition to play 60 minutes of football. Melvin, there's a rule in the NFL, and Brian Flores goes by it as well. You're going to be out there if you're healthy and you can help us win. It's that simple. I don't want to hear if you're in peak position or not. No, coaches hold players out these days. You're not 100, then go ahead and sit out. Vincenti said, oh, my God, how many different starting QBs in how many years? Jeez. At some point, we need stability. I love the Fins, but at some point, we got to get this right. I agree. But you know what? The jury is still out, Finsanity. It doesn't mean we didn't get it right. We might have got it all the way right with Tua. We still got time. We still got an opportunity to find out. If they don't trade him, we might have gotten it right. Tua might be the best of all time. I keep telling y'all that. So we don't know if we've gotten it right or not, but we'll find out. Time will tell us. Doug, the homie in the building, he said, man, Pete, what you got against me? Thought we were cool. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what Pete said to him, but hopefully Pete ain't got nothing against Doug. Pete already know what time it is, man. Doug, somebody had a question. Doug, I'm just saying what you said, bro. You said that, brother. I love you, bro. But sometimes I go at TD for things he say too. Oh, we know life's a gamble. We know you do. We know you do. Hey, but y'all gonna see me and Doug link up soon, man. We gonna link up soon. We've been trying to wait on the perfect time, but we definitely gonna link up soon. All right. We'll talk through some of these, and we'll talk through some of the differing opinions y'all keep bringing through. You know, Doug said this and you said that. That's the beauty of it. That's why I always tell y'all, go sub to Dougly Do Wrong. Because if you're just listening to my perspective, you'd be blinded. There are other perspectives that have logical reasoning behind it that makes sense. But again, that's why I tell y'all I don't commit to nothing. That's why I say potentially in my thoughts, and it could change. So, you know, time will tell, man. Maybe this week, TD. Well, it depends. You know, I got a lot going on, and Doug also with the beautiful little girl that he raising. So we'll figure out the perfect time. I promise y'all it'll be epic. All right. Are you guys collaborating this week? So just give us a few days or so, and then we'll let y'all know. All right. I'll try to have an answer of a ballpark of when we'll do it sometime this week. All right. TD, do you think Stephen Ross forced the Tua pick? Yeah, I have conflicting beliefs on it. A part of me says yeah, but I think it was more so of I truly do believe what Greer said. I'll draft a quarterback this year and next year if I have to. So I feel like he said, hey, let's go ahead and get Tua, and if we're wrong, we'll go take another crack at it. So that's what I think. And part of me feels like yeah, Ross had some influence too in the respect that get our quarterback, okay? Figure it out. I'm tired of waiting. So however that happened, it happened. Adam said we need to get Watson, not because Tua is bad or won't be great, but because the Jets have a good chance to go out and get him. Tua, Watson, Allen. Man, we're in a peculiar situation that's honestly just nerve-wracking, ladies and gentlemen. Because if he is in this division and it's not the Dolphins and you already got Josh Allen peaking the way that he is, it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. Like, you have to think about it. Even if Tua turns the corner and becomes great, it's still tough. And that's an if, right? But let's say that Tua is that guy and turns out to be that guy. Watson and Allen in the division, it kind of, guys, y'all got to understand this. Watson and Allen in the division and Tua turns out to be great, it's still tough. It doesn't give you an edge. That's what's scary about it. So here we are over here betting on a hope just to still have no guarantee in the division. See, I got to understand that. I don't care if Tua turns out to be great. The way our division is shaping up, it still don't guarantee we'll be the best team in it. Buffalo, if they run their books right, they're going to try to get better. The Jets got all the money in the world. They can do exactly what we did if they're competent. We don't know what this new regime is capable of. We can assume it's the Jets. They're going to suck anyway, but let's be fair. They could do what we did. They had more money than we had last year. And they already have some milestone building block pieces that they've already got on the roster. So, in the Patriots, you can never count them out. The defense is still respectable, and they got all that money to go create an offense. Ladies and gentlemen, all Bill Belichick got to do is get his O-line and D-line to play well at great prices, and they're right back where they were. They got the money to go get a quarterback, and they can be able to put weapons around them finally. All Belichick got to do is create his O-line and D-line at the right price, like he's done in his dynasty, and they're right back. So if Tua turns out to be great. We're competing in the AFC East. It doesn't mean that we'll be the best. We hope to be, right? But then the added bonus on top, the negative bonus on top of that is, it's again, if he does. That's what's tough about it. If he does. If he does. Because if he doesn't, if he doesn't. But we all are Dolphin fans, and we're going to hope that he does. It's the right thing to do. It's the smart thing to do. Put that positive energy in the atmosphere. As far as going out to get Watson, let me tell you, I would go get Watson. But here's the deal. Here's the long term makes me nervous with Watson because I think about certain positions like Bobby McCain and Eric Rowe at some point got to be replaced. You know, it's certain positions that we can build a Super Bowl contending team right now with Watson, but 3-4 years down the line, you know, it becomes harder and harder. But at the same token, we're known to draft well in the later rounds and create talent out of later round picks. So that's the confidence that I have behind the Watson thing. So I don't know. I don't know what to expect. If I was the general manager, and I'm not, so y'all, I'll beat y'all to the punch. That's why you're not the general manager. Thank God you're not the general manager. I'm not, but if I was the general manager, I'm trying my best to get Watson. And once again, more hate is going to come my way, but y'all already know I don't care. And I'm going to see if I can get as many assets as I can for Xavier Howard. Again, statistically, odds-wise, I'm betting against the same production any year. Anybody that'll put $100,000 that X will have 10 interceptions next year, ridiculous. I wouldn't even put $100,000 that he'd have 6 next year. Now, that ain't saying he won't get it. But from an odds standpoint, I'm going to bet against that kind of production any day of the week. So if you've already got the best out of him and you've already, this is the peak of his trade value, Don't get caught with your pants down 2 years from now. Like, we need to trade X, but the value is a 4th rounder 2 years from now. When right now you can probably get a little mini haul. I'm just saying. I'm waiting on that defensive player of the year to come out. We'll see. Francesco with the donation said, TD, you've done your homework. I'm proud of you, big homie. This is what I like to listen to. That's what I was talking about. Appreciate that, man. I don't know in what aspect you're referring to, but yeah, I appreciate that, man. I heard that to get Watson. Wait, what was that? I heard that to get Watson is 2 first, 2 second, and 2 top defensive players. King Hill, it wouldn't cost that much. I heard that today too. Out of Houston, someone close to the team said in order to get Watson, this is probably what we would look for. 2 first, 2 seconds, and 2 top defensive players. Let me tell you why it wouldn't cost the Miami Dolphins that much. Because the number 3 overall pick is your 2 first-round picks. Let's get that straight now. The number 3 overall pick is your 2 first-round picks. Because when they say 2 first-rounders, they're not talking about 3 and 18. They're just talking about 2 first-round picks. That could be 15 and 25 as far as they care. But number 3 alone is your 2 first-rounders. Okay? The 2 second-rounders, give them theirs back from this year and give them next year's. That's fair. And honestly, since the first one this year is a number 3, you may not even have to give them the one next year. Because ours next year is probably going to be like number 50-something at worst. So the number 36 alone would be good enough. Number 36 is worth 2 seconds. And 2 defensive players, Xavier Howard, and give me one of my seconds back. You see what I'm saying? So those prices are just surface. Golf should have taught you that. Oh, well, golf just raised the price. He ain't raised no price. What did they give up for golf? What did they give up for golf? He didn't raise the price, and let me show you why. They gave up 2 first-round picks in a third. Is that correct? They gave up 2 firsts and a third, right? Yes or no in the comment section. Make sure I'm correct here. Make sure. Yeah, 2 firsts and a third. And a quarterback. And a quarterback. But those 2 firsts ain't nothing. Why? Because the Lions, y'all got to think about what they're expected to be. I mean, the Rams going for broke. Those 2 first-round picks might be 25 and 25. That's like saying we got this year's 25th pick, next year's 25th pick, and the year after that 25th pick. That ain't even worth the 10th overall pick. Everything they gave up for him was just, that's like giving up number 3, just 1 first-round pick. People are like, oh, it was 2 firsts, though, and a third. Man, watch the price going up. No, they calculated, okay, the Lions will probably end up, the Rams will probably end up, 25th in the league, because they getting him. They want to go to the playoffs. They're going to be one of those top teams. So it's going to be 2 bottom 20 picks both years. That ain't like giving up a number 3. Do y'all understand what the number 3 pick is worth? What's the most you be willing to pay for Deshaun Watson, TD? All right, so y'all follow me on this. I've been thinking about this heavy. First of all, if Xavier Howard wins the Defensive Player of the Year, how much is he worth? I want to show y'all something real quick. How much is he worth if he wins the Defensive Player of the Year? Coming off of 10 picks. Like, this is, I ain't gonna lie. What he did with his stock is like, ooh, boy. I'm going to tell y'all now. Xavier Howard might get 2 firsts. Even if it's just like the Stafford deal. Even if it's like the Stafford deal, we might be able to, if he wins Defensive Player of the Year, 2 firsts. So what would I do to get Watson? I would go ahead and find a team that wants Xavier Howard. I'll grab those 2 first-round picks. I'll send those 2 first-round picks over to Houston. I'll send Tua Tagovailoa over to Houston, and I'll send Jerome Baker over to Houston and say, give me Deshaun Watson. That's what I would give up. And I would have Deshaun Watson on my roster with the number 3 overall pick still on my roster, with the number 18 overall pick on my roster, and I still got those second rounders, and I still got my future draft picks. That is a lot. I know it's a lot. But I'll flip X for the 2 first, send it on, give him Tua, and give him Jerome Baker. He got an expiring contract anyway, and now I'll go ahead and try to replace him with a guy like Parsons in the draft or something like that. Get even younger. I got the numbers. I still got my draft picks. So don't give me how we gonna put weapons around them? How we gonna put weapons around them? Guys, just flip X for Watson and add a little bit of sprinkles on top with a few. We'll give Jerome Baker in a second or something like that. Flip X for Watson. You definitely going to bet on Watson's future. Do not bet on Xavier Howard's future. He's a quarterback number 1. History tells you don't bet on his future. I don't care if he go to Houston and give him 3 more years of that. Don't bet on it. As risky as GameStop stock. Exactly. Yes, it is GameStop. His value this year went up to $400. His value went up to $400. Cash out. Gosh, man. The Dolphin fans act like these people that be at the casino. They got $5 in their name. They stick it in the machine, and they get 5 chances. Bling, 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 nothing. Bling, nothing. Bling, nothing. Bling, nothing. Oh my gosh, this is my last dollar. I'm going home. Bling, 50 grand. I just won $50,000. And here come the Dolphin fans. Oh man, they hit that button at the casino. They put their legs up. Hey, can you bring me a margarita? Yeah, thank you. She gonna be 20 minutes. She gonna be back in 20 minutes with your drink. And then you don't keep playing $1. You bring it up to $20 a spin. Ching, ching. She come back with your drink. You down to $8,000. Well, but I might hit that 50 again. Man. Ching. I won 300 on that one. Okay. Ching. And gosh, that's what the Dolphin fans are, like gambling addicts, man. You just won 50 grand this year and won't cash out. It won't cash out. You bought GameStop stock at $3 and it's at $400 and you won't cash out. And what did it end up today? Because I got out last week. I wish I would have put more, but I ate good enough. Where is that today? GameStop was at $400. Now where is that? Where you at? 185 and dropping. It's at 185 right now. That's what the Dolphin fans are doing with Xavier Howard. I'm telling y'all, man, go get your money right now. You hit the lottery with Xavier Howard. The man might win Defensive Player of the Year. And if he do, print that little funky ticket, go up to the cashier, get your money. Don't stop at the poker room. Don't stop at Baccarat. Don't stop at the pretty Wheel of Fortune on the way out. Get in your car and go home. Get in your car and go home. Some of y'all, even if we come to that conclusion, at the teller, give me my 50 grand. They give you 50, I'm just going to play 5 back to see what I can do. But I got 45, that 5 go. Man, let me play another 5. All them habits, boy. I don't know how many. If this ain't the best analogy, I don't know how to break it down to you any better to get you to see what's happening with the Xavier Howard situation. I don't know how to get you to see it. No, it ain't no other way I can explain it. I'm sorry. My brother said, damn good analogy. I don't know no other way to put it. I know no other way to put it, man. 2 firsts for X. Take it and run. Exactly, man. Oh, man, it's crazy to me. Pay me. Let me play back 5. See what I get. That's what the gamblers do. That's what they do. I'd have been plenty times when people just have fun and they done hit something, did a little dollar slot, made 4 grand. I don't even know what we were up here in the first place. You're already complaining about your rent. But we up here. All right, you do your thing. Now you done hit 4 grand. You can pay your rent, your car note, everything, but you playing more. Like, what you doing? What you doing? No, man. I might be able to pay it for the year. Man, let's focus on this month. Like, hey, and I'm gonna take it a step further. Then we be on the way home and they ain't got no money. And they start trying to blame you. See, if you wouldn't have rushed me the first time, my mojo wouldn't have been. They be mad at you in the car because you tried to tell them to leave and it messed up their good luck. Oh my gosh, man. I'm killing myself, man. Oh man. Fit Trucker with the donation. I appreciate the super sticker, homie. Oh my gosh, man. These people be hilarious, man. Just hilarious. Be mad at you in the car. I ain't going with you no more, man. I tried to tell you, that's the problem. You put negative energy in there. They start saying it, negative energy. Soon as you say, let's go, you stop the winning streak. You put the negative energy in the air, man. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen. And listen, I'm one that, hey, I would love to keep X on the roster long term. Hey, let him ball out. Let's do something. Let's see. But like I said, man, if you can get 2 firsts, if he win Defensive Player of the Year, then you flip him and go get Watson. And you still got draft capital left over to go get receivers, go fill some holes, and you still got your money in cap space because you're saving money on Xavier Howard too. Don't forget that. There ain't a single draft pick in the draft going to cost more than Xavier Howard. Matter of fact, Xavier Howard gives you the money to pay 2 first-round picks. Xavier Howard money is going to pay number 3 and number 18 and number 36. His money going to pay all 3 of them. You ain't got to go dig in your pocket for it. Go on out there, get you Patrick Surtain Jr. and bring him home. Bring him back to Dolphin Nation where the name belongs. Hey, it's all good with me. You got to start flipping these guys. And you can call many teams in the league right now and they'd be willing to give up 2 firsts for X. So I know we can do it. I know at least 5 teams that'll give up 2 firsts for X. At least 5 teams that'll say, you know what, forget it. Go do it. We got a good team. That's all we need. We need to lock that down. Give them our first this year and next year. Go get X, and let's call it a day. Let's see what we can do next year. We ain't going to trade in the division, but it could be a team just like Buffalo. Team like Tennessee, who need help in the secondary. There's teams, man, they'll do it. They'll do it. So it is what it is, man. I'm just saying. You got to flip your players, man. You got to flip your players. The Lions, CD, possibly. They going for broke. They got the capital now. So possibly, and they got a quarterback. They're going to see if he works out. They just think that it was a needed change in scenery. Dallas, 100% true. True. Dallas would do it. It's a lot of teams. I'm just saying. And if we keep X, I'm good with that too. It is what it is. I'm not beating a drum saying, oh, get rid of him. But if he wins Defensive Player of the Year, let's eat. This is all the capital you needed. You're flipping players now. If you can flip players, you're going to have an advantage in this league. Straight advantage in this league. Imagine X not being on this team right now, but we had 3 first-rounders this year, 2 first-rounders next year, 3 seconds this year, and 2 seconds next year. Some of y'all would already be talking about, yeah, Watson definitely coming. Because it wouldn't make any sense not to. You got the capital to do it, and you'll still have capital. And you'd still have capital. Anyway, man, one of my next streams, y'all, I'm going to talk about the lesson we can learn from Jared Goff. And one of my next streams that I do, we're going to talk about the lesson you can learn from Jared Goff. We're going to talk a little bit about Matthew Stafford in that as well, because it's very important for us to take notice of what's going on around the league, why a quarterback didn't work out, why a quarterback is revered, so valuable. Like, let me ask y'all something. Do you really think that Matthew Stafford is that valuable? Do you really think that Matthew Stafford is as valuable as people make it out to seem? Like, people always talk about with Watson, yeah, he put up a lot of yards, but what has he done? Is he really that valuable? We're talking about a guy who only went to the playoffs 3 times in his entire career, and all 3 times he lost in the first round. In all three games, well, 2 of the games you got blown out. No. So the next stream I do, I want to talk about Matthew Stafford and Jared Goff, a lesson that the Miami Dolphins can learn from them, because it's some valuable information that we got to go through with these guys. Very valuable information. And honestly, it starts to prove my point again, y'all. Follow the rookie contract, follow the money, and it writes their story. It writes their story. It's crazy to me. It writes their story. All right? All right, but anyway, man, I'm about to – matter of fact, y'all give me 1 second. I'm going to see if my wife is done with dinner. If she is, I'm going to get out of here. If not, I want to chop it up a little more about one more thing. So y'all give me 1 second. All right. So dinner's ready in about 5 minutes. So after this stream, TD is going to lose 100 subs. Hey, man, it wouldn't be anything new. Why everybody be so focused? Like, subs are a beautiful thing because you're growing your community. But what people have to realize is the community is already established. The community is already established. Every new family member we get, we're appreciative and welcome to the family. But the community, people need to understand this community is established. Okay? And I'm not saying that they're like, oh, I don't need subs. I mean, I'm not, that's no longer the focus. It's milestones and it's a beautiful thing and they'll always be celebrated. But we've already built our family and we're going to do what's meant to be done anyway. All right? So if I lose 100, that means I gained 150. I keep telling y'all this. In December, I lost 2,000 subs. But I gained 3,000. And I'm not going to compromise keeping it 100 just to hold on to those 2,000. I can't sit here and pander to people that don't want to hear the truth. If you in your feelings and it hurts your feelings, see, ain't nothing wrong with having a difference of opinion. See, people don't like to listen to a difference of opinion when that's all I listen to all day. I tune in a difference of opinions on other people's channel all the time because I want to hear different perspective. Get my mind open to, okay, I can see how that could be. Let me go look into that some more. But I'm not going to sit here and pander to people that just because they have a difference of opinion. What, am I supposed to change my opinion just to keep the sub? No, but then I'm going to be doing a disservice to the people that disagree the other way. So you can't make everybody happy. I'm not going to play the fence and pander to people. I'm going to give you what I believe. If you hate it that much that you got to unsubscribe, you can always check out my great friend Ugly Do Wrong. And there's Larry runs panels that are amazing. I was listening to one of them today. Most of the people on there talk trash about me, but I love listening to it. I always listen to Larry's. And there are people out here. K-Flex, Great One Devore. I'm not for everybody. I'm not for everybody. And I'm not going to sacrifice that for a sub. Okay? Not the even sub, but a subscriber. You either rock with me or you don't. And even if you don't rock with me, you either tune in or you don't. I'm not around here on my knees begging. No. Trust me. If I told it false, I'd have 25,000 subs right now. If I said, well, this is what the people want to hear, they don't want to hear the truth, they want to hear this, I have 25K right now. But I don't know how to be fake like that. I don't know how to be fake like that. All I can do is be me. And I'm not going to compromise that. And I'm sorry to say to all the haters, being me has gotten me this far. Being me has gotten me this far. So like people that keep on coming in the comment section, oh, that's why you're not growing fast. You're losing subs. Mine ain't never go backwards, homie. Never went backwards. Like I said, last month we lost 2,000 family members. And I still call them my family members because we Dolphin fans. But we gained 3,000. You either rock with me or you don't. All right? Because the one thing that I did learn, if it's all said and done and it turns out that I was correct, if it does, right? Or if we trade Tua and the people who unsubscribe because I said that we should trade them, if we do it, those people ain't coming back anyway. So why should I care? Why should I care, man? Like I say, I love y'all on your way in the door, and I'm going to love you on the way out. This is TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Drops mic. Peace! Love y'all, man. Y'all have a good night. Take care of your fams. I'm going to go get some of this good old dinner that the wife cooked. I smell it. It just smells beautiful. And we're going to enjoy ourselves, man. But this was a good stream. Good time we had. But I want to talk about it in this next stream that I do whenever I get a chance tomorrow. Jared Goff and what the Miami Dolphins can learn from that situation. Since I got 2 minutes, by Jesus King. Good night. Peace. Alabama fans. Good night, TD. What she cook? Chicken tetrazzini, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm about to dig into that. Good night, Donald. You see, Tua is our future. Man, we all hope so. We all hope so. That'll be a beautiful thing if he is. So we ain't got to use more capital to get somebody else. It's beneficial for Tua to be our future. But whether or not he is, that just depends on Flores and Greer. All right. Good night to you, Aaron. T to you the GOAT. Now Jordan the GOAT. Brady the GOAT. All right. I still got so much to do to even be in the conversation. But it ain't for me to determine that. But I appreciate it. Keep it real, bro. I try my best. That's all I can do. TD, does Tua do what Herbert did if he plays for Chargers? No. I think he has a lot more turnovers than Herbert if he played for the Chargers, which isn't a bad thing. Yeah, I think if he would have played for the Chargers and he opened it up, they would have had serious questions. Because, again, like he said, it's the reading defense part. when you put the ball in his hand more. Think about the Buffalo game. The ball was in his hand. There were like 3 games this season where they opened it up and put the ball in his hand and said, throw the ball more. And those are his 3 worst games. All right. Clemson Eagle said, go all in for Watson. Hey, man, we'll see what. Hey, it's on Greer and them, man. TD, say hi to Hillary and the kids for me. I got you, Samuel. All right, man. I'm out of here. This TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. Thank y'all for riding with me. Please hit that like button on your way out. We're trying to get over 400 to 500 likes on every video. You know, you want to drown those haters out, all right? So hit that like button on your way out if you appreciate the streams we do. And we're going to do a lot more panels coming up soon, all right? See y'all soon. Peace. Love y'all. Love you, love you, love you. Even if you disagree, love you. I do.